Hello everyone. I brought a book today that is Ambedkar, written by well-known author and politician Shashi Tharoor. What a brilliant book. I bought this book. I couldn't let this go. Wonderful book. Almost at one go, I read this book. For a very long period, I wanted to know about Ambedkar and I was waiting for an opportunity. Though there are plenty of books available in the market, this was the right time where I could buy this. Ambedkar is one of the well-known leaders and today arguably well-known in the ranks of Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru and Sardar Patel. If you go to any village, it's very difficult not to miss Ambedkar statue, and Ambedkar though died about 50, 60 years ago, today he has become a godlike figure. And what is Ambedkar? Well, this book gives you all the answers that you want to know about Ambedkar. Ambedkar was born in Maharashtra in a village, but then he was born to a Subedar as a 14th child. And in his school days, the kind of ordeals and difficulties and the hardship that Ambedkar faced, it's something with that is something one has to observe very closely. Why he became an iconic leader for the Dalit, for the outcast, and for the depressed class. Can you guess the kind of treatment meted out to Ambedkar? In the school, when he was studying, he was not allowed to sit along with the other caste students. He was asked to sit on the floor carrying a gunny bag, and Ambedkar was to sit on the gunny bag, and then whenever he goes he has to take this because even the peon refused to touch that gunny bag. And in the school he was not allowed to drink water from the tap, and if at all he is thirsty, somebody has to come and open the tap. He is not supposed to touch the tank, the water tank. And the ordeal went on, and that is what is Ambedkar. But what a brilliant student he was. Ambedkar had a terrific, excellent academic record. He eventually got 3 PhDs, one in finance, one in economics, and one in other subject, and a law rather. And then he was a minister, first minister in the Indian government, cabinet minister, for minister of law and father of Indian constitution. There are many things spoken about Ambedkar. This book is, although a biography, this is not a hagiography in the sense. This book is not hailing completely about Ambedkar, but it brings the essence. This gives you the essence of Ambedkar. Ambedkar has got his own shortcomings and his own problems, but nonetheless, you needed a leader like Ambedkar during that time. Do you know 20% of Indian population are downcast? In the sense, they belong to a depressed class, and you had only one voice. That is Ambedkar. Of course, Gandhiji was there, and there are a lot of other leaders. They spoke about untouchability. They spoke about caste discrimination. But then Ambedkar felt that Gandhiji, or as a matter of fact any other leaders, what they did was not enough. So that was the time Ambedkar was one single man army with, of course, a lot of millions of followers. He fought for the right of the depressed class people. Ambedkar had a mixed experience in terms of his political life. He could win only twice for the assembly election and the Rajya Sabha, and then I think with the help of Congress and other parties, he was sent to Delhi, and he was one who never minced his words, be it with Nehru, be it with British, and be it with Mahatma Gandhi, or be it with anybody. He was willing to fight with anybody for the right of downcast people or SC and scheduled tribe. So that is Ambedkar. And Ambedkar, without Ambedkar today, many people, in fact millions and millions of people, rather 300 million people would have suffered. Today, the equality, the so-called equality, and the equal job opportunities and equal opportunities in politics, and the problems that earlier during Ambedkar faced, the untouchability and so on, they all have come down. drastically. So that is because of Ambedkar. Ambedkar is a godlike figure, though he didn't like something like a god worship, and he was attacking Hinduism rightfully during his time, because he somehow felt Hindus or the Hinduism did not support, or rather, they were the one, they attributed the caste differences. So be it any caste, Brahminism or other community, Ambedkar was against it. At one point of time, Ambedkar had to change his belief, change his religion, and he converted into Buddhism along with millions, almost 500,000 in Nagpur. So that is what Ambedkar. And this book, as I said, gives you a glimpse of Ambedkar's childhood days and his academic excellence and his academic journey. During his studies, he struggled to even pay his fees, and that was the time Maharaja of Baroda, he is the one who came forward to support him for his academic expenses, not once, many a times. And even after completing his higher studies, when he came and he was given a job in Baroda, he was not even given a place to stay because of his caste. People refused to give him a room, and he, at one night, he was thrown out, and he spent a lot of time in a park crying. So that is what is Ambedkar. And you see, there are so many leaders like Jagajeevan Ram and then Raja, the so-called Raja during these 40s and 50s from Madras. But then no figure can match even 0.5% of Ambedkar. So that is Ambedkar. And Ambedkar, of course, got a helping hand from many, including a lot of Brahmin leaders. But the focus with which Ambedkar brought the mass and fought with people and with the British government was something incredible. His critics even says that Ambedkar joined hands with the Britishers, and he even didn't support the freedom fighters enough. Well, I think that is something for others to argue. But when you read this book, as a reader, unbiased, you would see a man having gone through the ordeals of the caste discrimination. No wonder why he was so vehemently against Hinduism, vehemently against people, they advocate the caste. That was Ambedkar. And Ambedkar, as I said, he was very, very brutal in his criticism. There are many occasions where Gandhiji wanted to include him in all his endeavor, but somehow Ambedkar felt that Gandhiji, being another caste, he belongs to a different caste. He said, whatever organization that you are forming to fight against the backward people, the Dalit people should be the main committee. That is where Mahatma Gandhi and Ambedkar differed. And of course, there are many other areas where both the leaders, they had a difference of opinion. But then Mahatma is a different personality and Ambedkar is a different personality. Now, after reading this, I knew why millions and millions of people consider Ambedkar as a god, almost not even a demigod, as a god, because Ambedkar has done so much for that particular community, notwithstanding his own limitations. Ambedkar is one selfless man who was born in India, fought for Dalit, and died for Dalit. I think he is a leader to reckon with. I like to thank Shashi Tharoor for his extensive research-based book, an excellent book. As I said, this is not a hagiography. So Shashi Tharoor is not only praising Ambedkar, he is even he also found some of the lacunae of Ambedkar, which he openly discusses. But all said and done, one leader you and I can never ever ignore, and salute to Ambedkar. And this book, if you happen to get an opportunity to read, do buy this book. It's worth reading. If you have not subscribed this channel, please subscribe this channel and press the like button. Whatever you think about this particular review, please mention on the comment section. Thank you so much.